All right, all right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back. We're back. Ah. We are back on air. We're gonna have a beautiful conversation, as I was saying. Okay, sound is back, picture is good. Let's share the stream right now. And let's get going. We have the beautiful Gina Efoe. I hope I got the name right. It's already in the studios. So we're about to do what we do best. I'll be putting her through right now in a few minutes. And then like the next 10 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you'll be seeing right now on the studio, on the screens of Development Agenda. So don't go far. I know you want to see us so bad. Share the stream right now. Let me share the stream. There's a new link. Let me share it. Give me 2 minutes. Let me share it. And we're going to have a beautiful show right now. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we are about to go ahead and start the discussion. Gina is going to be put on air right now in a few minutes. Share the screen, hit the share button right now, and let's go. I'm putting it in the by the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yep, Gina is in. Gina is in. Gina is in. Gina is in. Gina.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hold on.
Hi, everybody.
Pause this music.
Good evening. It's the same.
Yeah. Gina, how are you? How are you doing?
Mihoye.
I can see that. I can hear that in your voice. You're doing great. You sound happy. You sound excited, and I'm excited to.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's a great honor to be here this evening with you. We've talked about it for a really long time. I was on travels, so thank you for being patient with me. And I'm very happy as always to share this information with our people around the world. So thank you for the audience. Thank you for having me on your program this evening. Big shout outs to all of our viewers, everybody from the Afrikan Superstar family. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Beautiful. We are excited to have you. We are excited to have you. There, I just put her name on her screen, the Afrikan Superstar. But we're gonna go. We're going to take this in bits first. Gina, of course, we're very excited to have you here. This is Development Agenda. This is a New York-based program. You run this every Wednesday, and I've been watching you from afar for a while. I see that you're rocking, you're chilling in Ghana, and I see you're very excited. So when you celebrated your 1 year anniversary, I believe. You've been in since you moved. How long have you been in Ghana?
Yes, it's actually been a little over a year. So last year, September 2020 is when I officially moved to Ghana from the UK at the time.
September.
So yeah, Medo Ghana pa.
That's fine. You speak Tree. Don't worry. Save all the Tree that you have. You're gonna speak a little bit of Tree. But let's jump in. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's keep the answers brief and precise so we can cover a lot. We want to do this in an hour max. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is the Afrikan Superstar?
Yes. Once again, thank you so much to Development Agenda for this opportunity. My name is Gina Efoe. I am the one and only Afrikan Superstar. I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio. And that's actually where I really got involved with the Ghanaian community. There's a massive Ghanaian diaspora in Columbus, and I started, hanging out with them in university, got really interested in the culture. Obviously, I love kente, I love the music, I love the food. So that introduction to the Ghanaian community made me very curious about what the homeland was actually like, because at that time I had never visited Ghana. So, obviously there's a lot of politics happening in the US, a lot of racial unrest, and, very difficult lifestyle for many of us. So I decided to leave the US in 2017. I moved to the UK and I settled in a small town called Northampton. And at that time, I was frequenting Ghana. I was traveling to Ghana probably every 6 months. I took my first trip in 2016 and I began to go very frequently, building my networks and kind of acclimating myself. And one December time, when I was in Ghana, I thought to myself, wow, I can live a life without winters because I really hate cold weather. So I was in Ghana. I was chilling in the pool early December. I said, you know what? That's it. I'm moving to Ghana. I love this place. I love the people. The people also love me. So I began working on my ultimate plan to migrate. So that instance actually happened in 2018. And as you know, I moved last year. So that's a little bit about the migration piece. I'm also, you know, a motivational speaker. I speak internationally, schools, conferences. I also run the AfrikanSuperstar.com, where I promote Pan-African clothing. I recently released my latest collection, African Superstar X Ghana, that celebrates the rich heritage here in Ghana, a lot of the Adinkra symbols used. And as of 2 weeks ago, I also released 2 music singles here in Ghana. So those are some of the current things that I'm doing here. This is a wonderful place to be. I'm so inspired. And that's just a brief history of it all.
That's a brief history and a packed one. It's packed. It's rich. It's nice. So so originally from Columbus, Ohio. I've been to Akron, Ohio before. I don't know Columbus well, but I think I know I've been to Akron, Ohio, but not Columbus. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful state. So you decided to move to Ghana, basically from after, you know, from London, you went to Ghana, and then you liked the weather. So basically the weather is the main thing that got you attracted to Ghana. Is it?
I would say that it's in the top 5, obviously. But the racial climate is probably number 1. You know, okay. The racism is more subtle in the UK than it is in the US. It's very bold and very, like, you know, it can't be hidden in the US. It's even graduated to violence, right, and things like that. In the UK, it's more systematic racism. And I just realized that, you know, there are certain elements about living among my people, living on the continent, where I'm the standard. You know, I don't stand out. I'm not a minority here in Ghana. And I like that environment. You know, our countries here on the continent are significantly more safe compared to Western nations, you know, in terms of gun violence, in terms of a lot of the gang activity and things like that. And the social environment is also a lot better because of the lifestyle in the West, where you're constantly working and, you know, the rat race. You don't have time to fraternize. You don't have time to spend with your family or friends. You know, there's a lot more time to enjoy your life here on the continent, you know, and not only that, but it's very scenic. You, like I mentioned, you have great weather all year round. You have access to beaches. You have access to waterfalls. You know, it's totally a luxury to be here in Ghana. I feel and celebrate that luxury nearly every day. You know, waking up to the sun after living in the UK where the sun barely shines, right, is such a privilege, you know.
Beautiful. So racism and feeling the fact that you feel belonging, you feel like you feel like this is me. I'm part of this community. I don't have to look at my skin color. I don't have to be judged based on my skin color. I don't have to look behind my back. Look, you know, I just want to feel free. So that's one factor, and also the fact that the weather is, you know, you don't have to wait till what, June, July, August to see a lot of sun, you know, and all that. I see that you want to show you're happy in the Kente. Do you miss your winter jackets? Do you have your winter jackets?
No. Absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not. If I never experience another cold winter, I think I've had enough, because the truth is I actually never liked the environment in America. You know, I am a child of migrants. You know, my parents are not American. So I I just never really liked it, but you don't really have an option when your parents make that decision to migrate and bring you up in that environment. So as far as I'm seeing it, I'm just returning to my indigenous roots, you know. I never liked cold weather. I never liked living as a minority. I never liked, you know, diverse communities and all that stuff. I've always been very, very pro-Black, very Pan-African, even before I knew what it was. You know, I always just gravitated to my people. I was interested in, you know, Afro-Latino culture and African cultures and things like that. So to me, you know, this is the natural progression. And this is really, in my opinion, the only way that we can escape racism. Any place we live where we are minorities, from Europe to Australia to Asia to the West, we will always be in this situation. So it's in our best interest to go where we are a part of the majority, because there's strength in numbers. And there's also a normalcy. There's nothing abnormal about you being Black here on the continent. You know, we come in a variety of shades. We come in a variety of sizes. It's just normal here. You know, you come to Ghana, you see Black people on billboards. Even the president of the country is Black. It's just normal, you know. In America, those kind of things are celebrated. Oh, the first, you know, African-American to do this, the first African-American to go to Yale, and the first African-American meteorologist, you know, whereas here, it's just status quo, you know. So I really enjoy not having to explain my lifestyle or anything like that when I'm in the place where, you know, we're just the majority here. Oh, I can't hear you. I just say.
Basically, what I was saying is, basically, what you're saying is you fit in very well. You fit in super well compared to living in UK or in the United States.
Absolutely. Mifiri Ghana. Mifiri Ghana.
Mifiri Ghana. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's beautiful. Now, let's talk about when you made the decision, when you finally told friends and family, your ties back here in the United States, that, listen, I am moving to Ghana, okay? I am relocating. I'm not visiting. I'm not going there for vacation. I am moving to establish, to live, to settle in Ghana. I'm asking this because I've lived in New York for a while, and people have asked me very funny questions. One, when you are in Ghana, most people think Ghana is actually maybe recently, due to the year of return and stuff like that, many Africans, many Americans, you know, people who are not probably Black, who don't care about looking into the continent, Africa, most people didn't even know much about Ghana. Most people didn't know anything about it. So if you're in Ghana, you think, oh, but Ghana, yeah, you know, people know us. We are very hospitable. Trust me, my experience here when I came, but you say you're from Ghana, and they say, where? You're from Guyana?
Exactly.
Thank you, from Guyana, the island? I'm like, no, I'm from Ghana. Where's Ghana? Where's Ghana? I get asked that question so many times. Somebody asked me, a little kid asked me, so how did I come here? Did I use a plane? I said, yeah, of course I used the plane. Then the following day he asked me, so how did the plane land? Where did you board the plane? Is there an airport? So I know there are so many misconceptions about Ghana. I'm going to ask you that many misconceptions you had or you knew before coming. But first, my first question to you is, when you told your family, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, everybody that mattered to you, that I'm going to Ghana, I'm going to live there, what did they say?
You know, actually, I took a different approach. I actually, on my YouTube platform, we have, my mission statement is called SMP. It stands for Strategy, Maturity, and Patience. And what I actually do is I put a lot of my energy into the implementation of my plan. So quite frankly, very few people knew that I was moving to Ghana outside of my inner circle. And I've made it a point to really socialize with a lot of people that are like-minded. And I think there are people like maybe yourself and I, we're visionaries, we're leaders. We have a different perspective on the world. You know, like I said, my decision to come to Ghana has been a long-term thing. Even before the year of return, I was already traveling to the continent. So I decided I'm going to map out my migration And I actually revealed it to my YouTube community, you know, as a vlog type of thing. Most of my family was pretty supportive. At this point, I mean, they knew I was unhappy in the US. Okay. They knew the reality of living in the US. And so therefore, you know, this was a natural progression. Now, I would say in America, people, like you said, they're not well versed on the continent, unfortunately. Right. They don't receive media, proper media. They don't receive, I mean, next to any education formally about the continent, geography wise. Like you said, you're saying, I'm come from Ghana. They're saying, oh, Guyana, that's South America. So, you know, in their mind, there was very little real information about the continent. I do think that narrative is changing thanks to social media, you know, because now there's a lot of YouTube and Instagram and visuals and bloggers and YouTubers. And, you know, you have people like my friend Woda Maya, yeah, you know, who's really big. You have other people like Dinah Samir, who is from Atlanta, was traveling to the continent and, you know, things like that. So that is providing exposure to, you know, our peers. But yeah, I would say there would definitely be a lot of pushback from our peers. You know, even other African migrants will question you as to why you're heading to the continent. It's really unfortunate because other foreigners see all the opportunity here. You know, the Chinese are coming here, the Europeans are coming here, the Lebanese are coming here, you know, and the diaspora is going to be the last ones to get a piece of this pie because they are not forward thinking and they're not realizing that the African market is the only next exploding market. All the other nations have pretty much developed. So that means there's limited opportunity anywhere else. Here, you can still, you know, create and manifest your generational wealth, your business, your foundation. You know, I mean, it's just phenomenal. And also for those of us coming from the West, you can do it at a relatively reasonable cost because of the currency exchange. So that's really just another massive benefit. But yeah, I would say I didn't discuss it widespread, but had I know I would have gotten a lot of negative feedback and a lot of stupid questions and all that. And that's why I really cut back on it. If people that are not in your echelon to do the things that you're doing, you don't need to have discussions with them about, you know, why would I sit down and discuss migrating to the continent with someone who doesn't have a passport, is not an international traveler, is not an entrepreneur, is not a Pan-African. They're only going to discourage you out of their ignorance, exactly. You know? Okay. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of that because they didn't know. They were totally shocked when I showed up to the continent.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is you didn't make it public. You didn't make it a big deal. You didn't broadcast it. You just,
that's right.
You took your steps and you did what you had to do. So now you're in Ghana. You've settled in Ghana. You've been there a little over a year now. I know you recently came to Ohio to visit.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me some before we go to parts of Ghana that you've visited and all that. How has Ghana been to you so far? And don't make it sound so juicy and
you know, to be honest, people want.
How has the continent been to you? How has Ghana? Let's concentrate on Ghana, okay?
Ghana. Listen, actually, my second single, as you know, is called "Ghana Is Good for Me." Okay, I'm
gonna play that.
That is how I feel. Unfortunately, for other people, I don't really have a lot of sob stories. I kind of attribute that to the fact that I came to Ghana probably 8 times or so before I actually moved here. So a lot of the cultural differences that people may encounter because they don't come here, they have not set themselves up, you know, I kind of eliminated a lot of that stuff. When I came, I moved into East Legon, which is where I live. You know, obviously people that are familiar with Ghana know that's a pretty nice area. So I don't really experience maybe some of the challenges I would if I was in more rural communities and things like that. I really haven't had any dramatic problems, to be honest with you. I honestly haven't. Okay. Just, you know, very, very minimal things, you know. What? We have doom source sometimes, but I was already aware that comes. Okay. You know, there's rough roads around some of my community. I'm aware of that. You know, these are some of the things that the diaspora finds to be annoying, you know, annoying things. Okay. But to me, I kind of just weigh my options. It's like, okay, do I want to be dead by a police officer, or do I want to ride on this rough road? You know, okay. It puts it into perspective. You know, again, and I think my experience in Ghana is great because I'm utilizing the benefits I have as a member of the diaspora. You know, I can travel, I can bring goods back if I need to, I have access to the foreign currency. That's what we should be using our connection to the West to do, is build ourselves up on our continent, you know? So that's what I'm doing. And it's been a great ride, you know? It's been a great ride. I mean, I would think the most difficult thing, to be quite honest, is dealing with the perspectives of many local people. Because when you tell them that you are here, they can't seem to fathom that you are actually living here. You know, they'll be like, oh, you know, how's your holiday going? You know, how long are you living in Ghana? And, or, you know, how long are you here for? And it's like, oh, I live here. And they're just like, what? You moved here? Why? You know, and sometimes just trying to kind of rebut their ideals of the West. Because in reality, those of us that have lived abroad, we are a wealth of knowledge for the people here on the continent as to what it's really like and some of the potential challenges, but they completely negate it. They will not listen to, you know, your advices. And I think that's, you know, that's a downside because, you know, I was able to gain a lot of insightful knowledge about Ghana because I socialized with Ghanaians before I moved here. So those that are living here, if they have dreams of going abroad, but they completely reject you know, our experiences after living out there, working out there for decades. In my case, you know, I've lived in both the US and the UK. And so what I have to say, I think is very valid. But people here, you know, a lot of them, they just won't accept my narrative of the West.
because the perception we have back home, and it affected all of us. We thought, oh, America, I'm going to America. Okay. Life
is the big thing. Yes.
It's gonna be, life is rosy, okay? It's not a hassle. I mean, back home, most people, I'm telling you, even with internet, with knowledge in abundance, with everything in their hands, on just a tap away from a phone or a laptop or whatever, I'm telling you, not everybody, but a lot of people still think it's so simple. Life is so easy. It's just flawless. You have no hassle. You always going to have dollars on you. You don't, when you say you have money, it doesn't make sense. You live in America. It's what are you talking about? Are you, even if sometimes when you say you're sick, oh, I was talking to a friend, I'm telling you, last week, and I'm not going to mention his name. I was telling him, I'm in traffic. There's a lot of traffic. He asked me, in America, there's traffic? Telling you. So,
I think people here just romanticize the West. Like whatever problem they may be having here, they think that it's going to be the inverse there. You know, they believe, you know, the possibilities are endless. I mean, I've had the same conversation hundreds of times with people. Oh, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to, you know, I got a 2-year plan. I got a 3-year plan. I'm just going to go and, you know, make $100,000 and then come back. And I'm just like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's that easy. Just go pack up $100,000 and come back in 2 years.
And just come back. Yeah. And then, you know, it's just, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So basically your experiences so far has been great. You mentioned Doomsaw, you mentioned rough roads and stuff. So, but you asked yourself, am I gonna die at the hands of some racist cop in America? Am I gonna lose my life to racism? Am I gonna be depressed to inequalities in America? Or am I gonna suck it up and drive on a few meters of untarred roads and a few hours of lights out? You know, it's a choice.
It's so minimal.
Exactly.
And you know, the biggest thing is that for me in America, I got to a point where I was just very, very hopeless. Because I saw what was happening ongoing and I referenced the past. And I also saw that there was no transition that was going to absolve the issues, because I really, you know, I think it comes to the fact that when I was growing up, I went to a predominantly white school. okay?
Right.
And the white students I went to school with, they don't feel that they should be subjected to anything. And you can actually see this visible when, let's say, they get pulled over by the cops. They will argue tooth and nail because how dare somebody, you know, pull them over? How dare somebody question them or mistreat them or anything? And I kind of adopted that mentality as to why should I be subjected to things I don't like, you see? So when I was enduring racism, because professionally I used to work for JP Morgan Chase in Ohio, I worked in mortgage operations, and I realized that there was systematic racism in the workplace that was kind of prohibiting my upward mobility. And it had nothing to do with my intellect, and it had nothing to do with my work performance or my education. They were deliberately elevating who they chose to elevate. Here on the continent, like I mentioned, all the projects I have going on, my music, I have my YouTube, I have my clothing, the sky is the limit here. You know, if you are a visionary and you're willing to work hard and you're willing to like set up your organization, you can actually skyrocket here in ways that you will never be able to escalate in the West. I mean, you know, I like to remind people that Dangote, which is the richest Black man in the world, he resides in his home nation of Nigeria, okay? He's not living in Switzerland or Germany or anything because he knows that the quality of his life will never be better anywhere else than it would be in his homeland. He gets certain preferential treatments in his homeland. He gets respected in his homeland the way that he will never get. And I share in that ideology. I'm very well treated here in Ghana, even for the fact that I'm not a Ghanaian. You know, I'm very well treated here. I feel better here than I do in the place where I was born and raised and spent decades and went to school and things like that. The networks here are amazing. Ghanaian people, I've been able to do so much because they're helpful. You know, they have resources. If you talk to somebody here and you're like, oh, you know, I spoke to a friend earlier today about promo for my new song. And he said, you know what? I know some people, I know some DJs, and I'm going to link you up on Friday so you can give them your new songs. You know what I mean? There's a crabs in the barrel kind of mentality in the West where everybody is competing with each other. Exactly. And therefore we're all struggling, and we won't come together to elevate anybody because we don't want them to have more than what we have. But because of the communal way of life here on the continent, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, you know, and we can mutually do well in life, you know. And so I mean, you know, I can't say enough about Ghana, but that's why I chose to be here. And some people think, you know, I'm romanticizing it. I'm not. You know, it is my experience of living here on the continent. I've traveled other nations on the, you know, around the continent. I've been to a total of 6 African nations. And, you know, for me, Ghana is the best fit. For others, maybe, you know, East Africa's better or South Africa's better. But for me, this is home, you know.
For you, Ghana is home. For you,
Ghana is home.
And let me put in your hit song. You just released this, I believe, less than 2 weeks ago. No, how long ago was this released?
Yes, two weeks ago. Yes, I just recorded as soon as I came back to Ghana. I recorded my music project. It's ongoing. So yes.
Yes, and I'm gonna play that in the background. Ghana is good for me by this African Superstar. Let's put it in and see
I got something new for you guys
right now.
Afrikan Superstar. The mixtape. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Hashtag Ghana is good for me. On the track. Ghana is good for me. You know what I mean?
Development agenda. The Debate Center.
Ghana is good for me.
Development agenda.
You know what I mean?
The Debate Center.
If not, listen to me. Vitamin D on a Monday. Heading to the gym, it's a fun day. Gonna see my friends, they waiting for the Afrikan Superstar, baby. We gon' get in the pool. Strawberry daiquiri, yeah, that's cool. We don't gotta wait for the weekend to live. We live every day and it's clear, cause it's my time and I'm gonna shine. Motherland on my mind.
Strong African pride. It's my time. Motherland on my mind, just repeat this line, cause Ghana is good for me. You know what I mean?
You are tuned into Development Agenda with your host, Nana Duce.
You know what I mean? If not, listen to me. Life in the West is a struggle.
Life in the West is a struggle.
To juggle. I'm a good girl trying to stay out of trouble. Shining with the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Feeling the sun at the beach. Shining with confidence.
I'm feeling the sun at the beach.
African successes. Always dressed to impress.
Yeah, yeah. Go, girl.
Guys asking,
Ghana is good for me.
already know.
You know what I mean?
I told them I was.
You know what I mean?
Hey!
Ghana is good for me.
I'm a cause a lynch mob.
Yeah.
Expect nothing less. Beautiful and blessed. Baby, I'm a superstar. Ace the test. Haters are stressed as we progress. Eyes on my social media. Obsessed. The impact is obvious. My track record ain't cockiness. Trace and copy us. The results are glorious.
You are tuned into Development Agenda with your host, Nana Duce.
You know what I mean?
Living here was her dream.
The whole continent been good to me. When Africans, home and abroad, team up, we can go Usain Bolt, Olympic fire. Unity for better Africa. More freedom and prosperity per capita. I spit the bars and you know what I mean. Come to the mother dance with me.
We're coming right here into the agenda with the
Yeah. I love that song. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Beautiful song by all standards. Beautiful song by all standards. I'm gonna play the other one. The other song that she has later on in the show.
Yeah, the other song is for my Ghana folk. That one is for my Ghanaian.
Yeah,
Yes.
This message is for the people outside Ghana, and the other one is for those in Ghana, where you mentioned places that you've been. So, Gina, let's keep going. I want us to talk briefly about. Tell me some of the misconceptions you had personally before you made this move. Okay, what did you think? What before you actually visited for the first time? What do you think about Africa? What do Americans think about Africa? Which is not true.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you know, you really don't have much information to ride on at all when you first come. And that was more the reason why I wanted to go, because I realized that I really just didn't have any factual information. You'll see what the BBC shows you, or you'll see these, you know, starving people on the Red Cross commercials. You never see the cities. You never see the mansions. You never see the nightlife. You never see the beaches. And like I said, because I didn't really have an impression of the continent before I traveled, because I didn't have a negative connotation. I am a world traveler. So I learned very early in life that the American portrayal of the world is not accurate. You know, I started traveling very young. Like I said, you know, my first trip to Europe was when I was in high school. And then I was traveling to the Caribbean to visit family in Bermuda. And I went to Mexico, and I thought, wow, you know, this is not matching up with what the American narrative is giving me. So I did have an open mind to the continent. You know, I really didn't know what to expect. But when I came, you know, it was different. I mean, obviously, at that time, I never had experienced Doom Tour. I really wasn't familiar with like rough roads. I never had been in a place that was a Black majority. So I know the first place I actually went in Africa was South Africa.
Okay.
And I remember when I got off the plane in Johannesburg, and I saw that the whole flight crew was Black. Okay. The pilot was Black, and all the flight attendants, and that was a shock to me. And then I started seeing Black people on the billboards, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I walked into a bank to do currency exchange, and then the bank branch, you know, everybody in the bank branch was Black. And I was just like, this is, you know, my first reaction was, I've been had, like, because I've never really liked living in America, and I've never really liked being in a minority setting. And I absolutely just love being around my people. Like, I just was so excited about that. And when I stayed in South Africa for a few weeks, and then I went to Ghana. And I will never forget, when we landed in Ghana, the whole plane clapped. You know, everybody made a round of applause when we landed in Ghana. And it was electric. We got there at night. People were so excited, you know, and it was lit. I did my first trip 2016, right before the election for Nana Addo. I traveled like a couple days after the election. It wasn't even a big deal, you know. I could go anywhere on the roadside and get my hair done. You know, I didn't have to go to like the one salon in the city to find, you know, a hairdresser, or worry about what kind of food was going to be at the party, or what kind of music. You know, a lot of the things that I had become familiarized living in America was not even a factor. So what I did realize was going to be the potential challenge was, you know, my streams of income. Because in the West, we're very accustomed to just like working jobs and things like that. Entrepreneurship is not promoted. So over those 4 years it took me to migrate, that was kind of my quest, was to find out how I could, you know, create my streams of income. And when I came to the continent, I really didn't want to take a job. I really wanted to challenge myself to become an entrepreneur, you know, because of freedom. I wanted freedom. So I was able to do that. And I know that you need to be socially connected here on the continent. It's not all about your education or even your money. If you don't know people, if you don't integrate, it will be difficult. I think the Ghanaians have received me so well because I have also extended myself, and I've also taken the time to learn about their history and culture and acclimate myself here, and that's very impressive to my peers. They're very much they very much enjoy that. You know, when I speak Tree to them, or when I recognize their tribe, or I know their names and things like that. So I think we can learn how to work effectively with each other when we realize we both bring a lot of resources to our respective sides of the table, you know. So I really didn't know what to expect in Ghana, but I loved it when I got here.
Loved it. You loved it when you got here. That's the most important part. You didn't expect much. You didn't have an expectation, but whatever the continent threw at you, whatever Ghana threw at you, you took it and you were ready to go with it. Beautiful, beautiful. Do you think Ghanaians in Ghana have tapped into the opportunities? Ghanaians in and outside Ghana have tapped into the opportunities available in Ghana well enough? Do you think so?
No. I think unfortunately, and we can kind of blame the education for that, for not really promoting our youth to be problem solvers, nor providing capital or things like that to help startup companies here. I think the focus here, unfortunately, for a lot of youth is to travel. You know, if you talk to many youth, that's what they want to do. They want to go abroad. They want to go study. They want to live in America. I recently saw an article, I don't know if you saw it, of a gentleman, a DJ, talking about he felt that he was German. And so he's gone to the German embassy because he really wants to live in Germany, you know. And I think a lot of our people here are not entertaining opportunities because they're so focused on traveling, you know, and what their life would look like abroad. They're missing a lot of things here, because that's one thing that I really challenge people when I speak to them here, which is if Ghana didn't have anything to offer, foreigners would not be coming here on a frequent basis. You know, the Ghanaians that are here have got to notice, especially since the year of return, you're seeing more and more Black Americans, more and more Black British coming here and things like that. In addition to the other foreigners that have already been enterprising here in the continent for decades. You know, there is opportunities here, but to be quite frank with you, a lot of our people are lazy and they want the finished product. You know, they're not willing to create their own table. They're not willing to build their own foundation. And that's why we are at the back. You'll always be at somebody's, you know, beck and call if you don't choose to make your own industries, you know, and things like that. There's a lot of opportunities here in Ghana, but you know, the people that are here. And I mean, part of that is sometimes when you're in an environment, you're used to it as it is, and you can't really visualize something else. I think for those of us with exposure to the West, or maybe you've traveled, you know, when you come to a new community, you can actually see how you could plug yourself in, or you can actually see different needs or different things that would make life easier. So you're able to, you know, innovate those things. But sometimes people that are living around, they don't see it. You know, they don't see anything here in Ghana.
That's a reality, but it's a sad reality that people in Ghana, it's taking a foreigner, someone who wasn't born in Ghana, somebody who is migrating from a very developed part of the world to Ghana, and it's telling you that we all think the only opportunity in the world are found in America, in England, in Australia, in Germany, you know, and then someone from there is telling you that no, you guys are not looking closely enough. You guys are not, the opportunities are here. And you said that if there were no opportunities, you guys wouldn't be coming. So it's a sign. People should pay attention. If there are no opportunities for you for in Ghana, why would you guys be coming or you know, we're going to Ghana to live and to establish? And I've been watching a lot of interviews, the entire show, a lot of them, a lot of interviews, and young people from England, from all parts of the world, moving to Ghana, and some are establishing schools, some are setting up restaurants, businesses,
True.
Some are into real estate, a whole lot of stuff. And we only think that there's no opportunity. But one thing that I'll agree and with people, when the flyer came out, people were like, yeah, there are opportunities, but what is an opportunity without a good capital? Without capital, there is no, you can't do anything. You might have all the ideas, you might have all the plans, but you need capital. You need either money, either human resource. You need machinery. You need stuff to get things done.
Yes.
With having access to capital, what do you know about? Have you tried getting a loan in Ghana? Do you know about the interest rates? What's your view on accessing capital in Ghana?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't actually, you know, gone through those particular channels because I used, you know, my own currency. I worked, I saved, and things like that when I was in the UK, when I was in the US. And that's what I actually used to do, like, for instance, my music. And basically for me, I'm residing in Ghana. This is my base, but my businesses are tailored for the diaspora, you know, because in my opinion, that is who needs a lot of awareness about what is here on the continent. It's difficult to communicate with those here on the continent about the West because of their lack of exposure, you know, and sometimes I feel like it's kind of a brick wall. But I do know that, for instance, I will have a rapport with people in America because I'm coming from where they're coming from, you know.
Right.
I recently, when I was in Ohio, I went to go speak to the youth at local schools about my journey and moving to Africa, and the students were absolutely floored. You know, I mean, I didn't know what to expect because I went to 2 high schools, so I was speaking to teenagers, and I thought, you know, they can kind of be, you know, rough and like lose the concentration. During my presentations, you could have heard a pin drop. They were so engaged in what I had to say. So for me, that's kind of been my direction. And also I feel, as someone who does have access to the West, that I should utilize those resources. You know, people that are living here in Ghana, they need those resources more than I do, you know. Right. So why would I necessarily come here and try to tap Ghana for their resources too? You know, I should be able to gather some resources from where I'm coming. That's also going to be an advantage, you know. So recently I went to the UK and I worked for a few months and saved up some pounds to be able to do my music project. I have that ability to go to the UK, go to America a couple months, do this, do that, you know, go ship items in. And that's exactly what I use, because I think that the diaspora is a huge asset to the continent. If you look at many other developing nations, they've been able to develop their nation because of their diasporas, you know, because those people went to the West. One fatal error that we make is when we do send our children abroad, we do not convey to them that they need to bring those skills back home. You know what I mean? We let them go out, and then it's like, okay, I'm now going to settle in the US. I'm now going to settle in the UK and make my home here, and just completely neglect your homeland. Things are not going to change here. We can't put all the burden on to our governments to develop Ghana, you know? So we go out, we should go, you can go. It's nothing wrong with traveling and seeing the world and stuff. But your goal should be go, get the resources, get the money, and come back home and do it. Because you have an advantage here to do things you will never be able to do in the West. People here in Ghana can buy land, they can start farms, they can build mansion homes, they can start businesses. All those things are capital intensive in the West. It would be very difficult for you to enter into most arenas in the West as like a beginner small business entrepreneur. Here in Ghana, you can buy land for a few £1,000s, you know, depending on the area of town. You can start a farm, you know, you can build a house, you know, you can do these things that you will never even be able to entertain in the West. So we should take advantage of that.
Exactly.
You know, so I personally have not, you know, like I don't have a job here in Ghana. I haven't tried to utilize the banking system. My methodology has been, hey, make those pounds work for you, make those dollars work for you here in Ghana. And that's what I've been doing.
Beautiful. So you're making the pounds and dollars work for you, and you're chilling in Ghana. You let's pick some chi. Let's pick some chi. This is where it gets more interesting. Okay, like if you just joined us, you know where you are. This is Development Agenda. Don't go anywhere. Let me put this in. Yes. So we're back. We're back. I'm privileged to have the African superstar Gina Ifoe. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Say it.
You said it right. Gina Ifoe. Yes, you said it correctly.
Ifoe sounds African to me.
Exactly. Yes, it's a French Cameroonian name, and actually, my surname is what kind of got me in with the Ghanaians, because they will see my surname and they will always liken it to an Ewe name. There's an Ewe named Effie, so they would say, "Oh, please, are you Ewe?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not Ewe. I'm, you know, from Cameroon." And they're like, "Oh, okay, you know, but your name is similar." Da da da. You know. Oh. So that's kind of how it went down. But yes, Ifoe, it's a Cameroonian name.
It's a Cameroonian name. All right. So Gina, let's speak some chi, okay? Let's speak some chi. Wait. Don't say. Ask me a whole make a sentence.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Matri kakakaka. Yes.
Uchi and kakaka.
Akwaba Ghana for.
Okay. So anything else you can say?
Wofiri.
Say that again.
Wofiri.
Wofiri. Like what's that? What's that in English?
Where are you from?
Oh, okay. Ufrihen. Okay, beautiful. So where are you from?
Mifiri East Legon.
Ufri East Legon. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, that's nice. So let's talk about some Ghanaian cultures that you are very strange to you, that you still find it difficult to understand and to accept. Like, what is this thing about Ghanaians I cannot accept, I cannot ever understand. I don't see myself practicing it. What food would you never taste? What are the never to do things in Ghana for you?
Well, I think I know it's been a few months ago, but the Gas had a festival.
Right.
And when they had the festival going on, it went on for several weeks, and the nightclubs, you know, because I chill a lot, they couldn't play their music loud.
Right.
So true. We were going out and there was like no music. And I was asking my friend, I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, it's because of the Gas. They have, you know, some kind of noise. You can't have noise. And I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then also I mean, it's not cultural, but it was something new to me, which was the harmattan.
Okay.
The very first time I experienced the harmattan, I was like, what is happening? Like, where's the sun? Why is it so cloudy? What's going on? And, you know, I realized that it was a different kind of season and that kind of thing. I eat, you know, I haven't tried all the Ghanaian foods, but I eat, you know, a lot of them. Sloppy and banku, jollof rice, garden egg stew, yam, kelewele.
Okay.
I have wache on occasion. I don't really have omotuo that much.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't really experienced stuff that I thought was particularly like really weird, you know.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. For me, being in America, Halloween is very weird to me. It's
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. People ask me like, "Oh, are you going to celebrate?" And I'm like, I never really celebrated it even out there, so I didn't really care.
Okay.
So sometimes people from America, when things are going in America, they're like, "Oh, it's Labor Day. Did you know?" And I'm like, I've really forgotten those things now, to be honest.
Beautiful. So Gina, let's talk about areas that you've visited in Ghana. I know you say you live in East Legon, but which other cities in Ghana have you visited?
So far I've been to Kumasi,
Okay.
and I've moved around Accra a little bit. Kaswa. I've been to, Tema. I've been to, let's see, some of the places I mentioned in my song, like North K. I've been there. I went to Corlegono the other day. So some kind of the neighborhoods in Accra. The thing is, people have wanted me to travel. Like I know a person in Koforidia that's been trying to get, but to be honest, I just love Accra. Like I just love Accra. Okay. And I'm going to move around because I've heard, for instance, Takoradi is really nice.
Okay.
So I used to date Fenty from Takoradi. So, I need to get around there, but yeah.
Okay.
I haven't really moved around a lot, but I have learned about a lot of places like Tamale. I've learned about, I did go to Winneba one time. So I went to Winneba, and I've been to Cape Coast as well. I shot a video in Cape Coast. Okay. So it's been a few, but as far as like the far locations, I have not visited a lot of far locations.
Okay, so there's you're missing one thing. You're missing a very important part of Ghana, and I must tell you, and take me seriously, you have to visit. It's okay. You put it on your bucket list. Make sure you get it done anytime soon.
What, Volta?
No, it's not Volta. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna text it to you, but I want you to write this city is called Brekum. Brekum. It's spelled.
Is that your hometown?
It is my hometown. Yes, it is my hometown.
Yeah, send it to me.
And trust me, you will love it. It's called the Golden City. It's the Golden City in Ghana. It's massive. It's
how far is it from Accra?
It's about 7 hours.
Hey, is it north?
It's not north. It's not north. It's not. It's not in the northern region. It's in the Bono region. It's in the Bono.
Oh, the Bono. Okay. I have heard of Bono.
Yeah. So you really, it's the New York City of Ghana. I'm telling you.
Really?
It's the only city that has what makes New York is, look at the background. It's the tall buildings. It's a structure. Yes. That is exactly how Brekum is built. We have.
Wow.
It's a lot left and right. You're just going to be in the midst of super structures, left, right, center. I'm telling you.
Wow. Okay.
I'll send you a video of Brekum after we're done, and you go.
Okay, please send me those things because I'm very interested to see it.
And you have to go see it. But before we're wrapping up soon, I want people to see. I want to put in your clothing line. You're doing some marvelous work in Ghana. I want people to see what you got going, and let's watch what you started, and we talk about it soon.
Sometimes you got to take a step back for a major comeback. At theafrikansuperstar.com, We believe in African pride. We believe in resilience, and we believe in flexing. Our new collection, African Superstar X Ghana, is comprised of over that your product is going to be high quality, long lasting, vibrant, and comfortable. We look forward to you shopping with us today. Sometimes you got to take a step back for a major comeback. At the AfrikanSuperstar.com, we believe in African pride. We believe in resilience, and we believe in flexing. Our new collection, African Superstar X Ghana, is comprised of over 200 new styles for men and women. Styles that will enhance your confidence. Styles that will make you stand out. Styles that will demonstrate your love for the continent. By us, for us. You can rest assured when you shop at theafrikansuperstar.com that your product is going to be high quality, long lasting, vibrant, and comfortable. We look forward to you shopping with us today. www.theafrikansuperstar.com. Bringing Africa to you.
Development Agenda. The Debate Center. Development Agenda. The Debate Center.
All right, folks. That is the African Superstar, and I think that the website is www.theafrikansuperstar.com. I'm gonna let her talk about it when I put it back in. But before we talk about her clothing line and stuff, let's enjoy Ghana Roll Call. Ghana Roll Call. Listen to this song very well. She mentions some beautiful places that she's been to in Ghana. She mentions. I heard Koforodua, I heard Ebri, I heard listen attentively to the hardest song on in Ghana by the African Superstar, Ghana Roll Call. Let's go.
African Superstar with the one and only Ghana Roll Call. African Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only, African Superstar with the one and only Ghana Roll Call. African Superstar with the one and only, with the one and only. Chillin' in East Lake on weekends, it's Osu at Bloom Bar. Crocobita beaches, past Casawaja. Port is at Tama. Capital city is Accra. Solid gold rings from Kumasi in the north is Tamale. Teshianunga, which is the seat to the god king. Waterfalls and boutiques, mountains in Koforidua. Airways hail from Volta. Shout out to the eastern region, whole. I fly and Aquatia. Looking for crystal seas. Check central region for these. Winneba, Cape Coast, Gono, Swedro.
Winneba, Cape Coast, Agona, Swedro.
Ghana Roll Call. African Super.
The African Superstar, Ghana Roll Call. This is a roll call of Ghana. She's mentioning the places that she knows in Ghana. Promote promoting Ghana.
African Super.
That's exactly what we do here on Development Agenda, the Debate Center.
Up on the plane, it's the Ashanti again. Represent and treat me free Obuasi.
Me free Obuasi, me free Obuasi. Nabi ufri breku, ufri breku, ufri breku.
From Yende Suyani, Ashireman, Fenties represent Taco Rabi. Back to Accra, home of the Black Stars.
You are tuned into Development Agenda with your host, Nana Duce.
Overlook the city. Pram Aqua Symbol. Damn, Dr. Nkrumah is still the man. Pan-African history. Red, gold, and luscious.
Pram Akosombo. I just say she knows more places than I do. I bet you. She knows a lot of places that I don't know.
Dharma, Kuya, Coolin, Labana, Nahala, Uni. African Superstar.
Yeah.
One and only.
Ghana Roll Call.
African.
It's on YouTube and Spotify.
With the one and only.
All the places that you stream your music, you can get African Superstars music there. Ghana Roll Call. Ghana is good for me.
With the one and only. May I say means thank you. Ed to say, how are you? Me hoye, I am fine, man. I hope good friend. Medo, Ghana, pa.
Yeah.
I love Ghana.
Yeah.
African Superstar, Whoa Chrome.
The African Superstar Roll Call. Medogana pa. I heard all that. Gina, who is been teaching you all these catchy phrases? Medogana pa.
No, this, I have, like I said, I've picked up tree. I've had a lot of friends. And I just asked and inquired. So those actually, that whole last verses, I actually know it. Who helped me with this? I want to give a special shout out to my good friend Muta, who helped me with the Dagbani line of the song. Okay. So that's obviously that from Tamale. And the rest of it I composed. I did ask a couple friends on pronunciation just to make sure that I was saying the names correctly. Right. I use a little Google because I wanted to make sure I got all the regions in there. But a lot of the information I just happen to know. I know certain tribes. I've interacted with them. Like I said, I've been to Kumasi. I know Kente. I know Ohima. I know Ohene. So many things. I just decided, we as Africans, we don't celebrate our countries. We don't celebrate our culture. There's like no nationalism. So I wanted to make a song that for Ghanaians that they will listen to and they'll be like, oh, they will be waiting for to see if their town gets mentioned or their region and stuff like that. It's, it's an exciting song. So that's actually my first single. I have put the link for the track in the chat room. It is available on all the major streaming sites, iTunes, Amazon, Tidal, Spotify. You can download it. It's in my actual official video for that. Is coming out. We're going to world premiere it very soon. Yes, it is to celebrate Ghana because Medo, Ghana, pa! I love Ghana. So yes.
Ghana, pa, and we are proud. We are happy that you love our country, Ghana, and we want you to have it in your heart that you're Ghanaian. See yourself as Ghanaian. See yourself as one of us. It's hard for me to call you a foreigner, but you're not.
I know. There are some small differences. Obviously, I have the accent and everything, but I really don't feel out of place here. I really just don't. And I think that we also, as people, we need to stop swimming against the water and start swimming along with the current. And there are assets and benefits to being in our homeland. We're struggling in the West. A lot of us, some people are doing well. You can talk about one or two people that that are doing great. But a lot of people are struggling. Their mental health is not great. Their diet is not great. Their social life, their sex life, they're suffering in many, many ways that will be better quality in our homeland. So I think that's why I'm so happy in Ghana is because I don't have a lot of friction day to day. Okay. I don't have a lot of objections to me being myself and me being free, you know. So AfrikanSuperstar.com, we've actually been in business 2 years now. Actually, yeah, the 1st of November was my 2-year anniversary.
Oh, good.
Originally, I was selling African prints, and I was actually traveling to Kenya. And I used to get beads from Nairobi. I would go and get, you know, products and stuff from the Maasai. But when COVID came, I had to kind of improvise, and I came up with my urban clothing lines. So my signature line that I came out with last year is called Black Love or Stay Single. I promote Black love. I also have a collection called Pan-African Kings, and the commercial you just saw is African Superstar X Ghana. So I particularly love the Adinker symbol. I absolutely love the Adinker symbols. And I used to wear kente, and I didn't realize that they had Adinker symbols on them. So as I began to learn the Adinker symbols and like what they mean, I was just like, oh, wow, this is so interesting. So there are 4 that I have used in particular in this collection. I have jackets, and I have leggings, I have joggers, you know, over 200 different designs for men and women. We do ship worldwide. I don't have any physical products in Ghana. People have been asking me because I use a service that once you purchase on my website, the product generates and then it ships to you. And that is kind of a service that I really like having because I don't need to be anywhere in particular to operate it. So, you know, it's a collection that's for us, by us. And also in my Ghana roll call video, I wore my wardrobe is exclusively from the AfrikanSuperstar.com. So you guys can head over there today. It is www.African with a K superstar.com, and you know, place your orders. Anybody who puts in a code called Flashy will get 30% off today. It's a limited code. It's only for a handful. So if you guys are interested in any of my products, go ahead and take advantage of that special offer for watching our broadcast today. You know, shop Black owned, you know, for us, by us, you know what I mean? And there's not too many places you can go shop online and get Adinker sweatsuits and gym bags and backpacks for your kids and stuff like that. So let's support, you know, I'm trying to promote the content in a very positive way, you know? So yes, that's a little bit about my website.
How's it going so far? Are people buying? How's the sales? How?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously it could be better, but we're hoping for a good Christmas season. I've done very well because I actually operate the website completely on my own. I built the website. I've designed all the products. I do all of the correspondence. You know, I kind of take the attitude that I should be as instrumental in my affairs as possible until it's gotten to the point where I can't manage them. So I've taken the idea that I know, you know, there are big superstars like Taylor Swift who manages her whole, you know, music career and all her finances. I think I can manage my website. So I've been very successful. I know I dropped a special backpack campaign called Black to School. And I was, you know, promoting them, and that was really popular. We have a lot of backpacks with the Adinker symbols, with the Ghana star. You know, my logo is right behind me, the Afrikan Superstar. So you'll see stars and things like that on my products, just like what was in the video. All these videos that you've seen are also available on my YouTube channel, which is called The Afrikan Superstar Black. So if you want to go watch that commercial, for instance, again, or see some of my other commercials for my other collections, they are on my YouTube platform for your viewing.
So the Afrikan Superstar is giving us some bonuses here. If you patronize her website, she just give us a link, a code, or you know.
Yes, the code if you're shopping on my website, you can use the code FLASHY. So that's FLASHY at checkout. So like I said, it's a limited, there's only so many of them. So if you try to check out and it doesn't attach itself, that means they've already been used up. So for those of you watching today, and you go on and you see something, you want to support my business, go ahead and feel free to shop at theafrikansuperstar.com. We have great products. You can actually see some of the other products that have been purchased when you go to my website. You'll see lots of various products that have been purchased. We also have an Instagram presence, the Afrikan Superstar _com. So you can see a lot of the customer products there. They'll send me pictures of their products when when they have received them. Very high quality, you will love it. It stands out, very vibrant. So I guarantee I've never had a complaint, over 100 orders. And I've never had a complaint from any of my customers. I'm very proud of that. So yeah, come shop with us at the AfrikanSuperstar.com.
Beautiful. Let me ask you this. This is very sensitive, but let me ask you. I'm asking you because I want to get your view of it. I have about two main questions for you, and then we're wrapping up. And the next about 10 minutes, we should be done. I don't know if you follow the politics in Ghana. If you pay attention to what's going on in the country politically and all that. Ghana is about to pass an anti-LGBTQ plus law. It's a very strict and harsh, if I should say, very strict. In the view of foreigners, outside Ghanaians, anybody who is not Ghanaian sees that bill as extremely harsh and not humane and all that. And Ghanaians are all for it. Most Ghanaians, 98% of Ghanaians.
Me as well. Me as well.
Yeah, don't want to have anything to do with LGBTQ community and all that. I'm not asking because I don't see you as one of them. That's far from. I'm just asking because I want to get your view as a foreigner. How do you think such a bill would do you think this bill would negatively impact Ghana? How would it affect?
Obviously, I think the West has a track record of trying to punish people that do not take their ideology. So I do understand, for instance, like they wouldn't approve the visas of the MPs trying to sort out their visas heading to the UK. There will be some backlash, but I'm also in support of this bill. There are certain elements about the West that I don't agree with, and I definitely stand in solidarity with the traditional, family views and things like that. And I've seen how the agenda in the West to promote a lot of these lifestyles has just gotten completely out of control. And I see those things, potentially coming to the continent. So I also support this bill. I'm very traditional in that respect. I share a lot of, African family values. And I think that the West should respect the way that we live on the continent and our views on certain things. If we don't want certain elements promoted in our countries, so be it. And people can enjoy their lifestyles abroad in the West as they have been, where they have the liberties to do that. Why do they need to bring that and force it upon us on the continent when it's obvious that it's not been heavily promoted nowhere across the continent, currently. So I do know that, yes, the West will try to give some type of punishment or some kind of stipulations, but I think that could also be a good opportunity for us, because the less dependent we are on foreign nations, the more independent we can be, and the more we can utilize what we have here. Same as what we did during the COVID lockdowns. We weren't able to get a lot of foreign goods and things, and you saw production increasing in Ghana and things like that. We need to start looking at ourselves for solutions. If other countries want to say, well, if you don't do this, we're not going to do that, then we should take the initiative and say, okay, we don't want that here, so we're going to do otherwise.
Beautifully answered. Okay, so it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm of the view personally that I think people should be given the opportunity to mingle, and I don't believe in putting people in a certain box and
I think the main thing is just like the promotion of it. Obviously, we know that there are people here in Ghana that promote it, and there have been, since the beginning of time. It's an element. But I think where it becomes an issue, for instance, you look at what happens in the West, people cannot even have a dissenting view against the LGBT without getting canceled, without getting fired, without, there people that do not condone it do not have the same equality as those that promote it. And so what I think is trying to be prevented here is from it getting to that point. People are living like that here, but they are living, you know, quietly as they're participating in those lifestyles.
Right.
Otherwise, they will be empowered to be much more, you know, overt with it and things like that, the same way that they are in the West, you know. So I think they're trying to prevent it from getting to that extent.
Your last question for the night, and I promise you this is the last one. What do you know? What are the two major political parties in Ghana? Do you pay attention to politics?
Yeah, the MPP and the NDC.
Okay, so you know about the MPP and the NDC. Okay, so who is the leader of the NDC? Which of them is in power? Which one is the opposition?
Right. The MPP is currently in power. Okay. His Excellency Nana Addo is the current president, and the previous president before he came in was John Mahama.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do you get political? Do you pay attention to some?
I'm not really political. I really wasn't either in the West, because I just focus on my own contributions to my life. Because I think, for instance, when I lived in America, I've never met any presidents of the United States, and nor have I ever voted for any of the presidents of the United States. However, I just don't see them having a direct correlation to my everyday life. I find that the decisions that I'm actually making are having the biggest impact. So, I don't really get caught up in the politics. And to be quite frank with you, it's a game that's played internationally. You will see what happens to leaders that do not adhere to like the status quo. Unfortunately, people like Gaddafi, people like Nkrumah, President Nkrumah, people like John Magufuli of Tanzania, recently this Haitian president, people that kind of, do not circulate the popular notion. Unfortunately, they meet a very tragic end. So that leads me to believe that all the people that don't meet that end are all in the same, acceptable circle. So right. I don't really expect a lot of them. The destabilization of Africa is the wealth of America, is the wealth of the West. So as they need our nations to stay in the state that they are in so that they can continue to thrive. Anybody who says, hey, we can do for our own, we don't want your aid, we don't want this, we don't want that, we know what happens to them, unfortunately. So I don't really, get into, obviously I hear about it. I was here during election time last year, and you see the parties, you see all the campaigning and stuff. But me personally, I don't leave my life's decisions up to chance.
Beautiful, Gina. If there's one thing that you'll tell to either the NDC or NPP, whoever, it doesn't matter. You're not being political here, but whoever is in power, if you were to give a set of advices or one thing that you would wish to tell the president to try and implement, what would you suggest?
Well, I actually have two things. The number one thing I would promote is to invest in the youth. The youth is the generation of tomorrow. So they must absolutely be engaged. They must be supported. They must be, groomed to enhance our country, and also to create an avenue for diasporans that are coming here, because they also can bring a lot of wealth and opportunities, but they need the channels to be able to do that transition smoothly. So we need to, adjust the laws and things like that so people can get their businesses going, get their citizenship and things like that. And, but the first and foremost thing is we must invest in our youth. Invest in our youth.
Beautiful. Gina, it's been a pleasant evening. It's been an honor to have you. We're gonna do this once again. I'm telling you, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, let me know. I've had such a wonderful time. I haven't really interacted much with the audience, but I do want to say thank you to those of us watching us and supporting this platform. I want to definitely give you a lot of accolades, because this is a program that helps to bridge the gaps between, the continental Africans and people from the diaspora. the confusion and the ignorance and things like that, we begin to break it down when we start creating these bridges. So I appreciate you, having me on the show. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for what you're doing for our people, both home and abroad.
Beautiful. Gina, it's a pleasure talking to you. I'll speak to you behind the scenes. Have a very good evening, Gina.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me. All right, I was your form say Hana Edi Jumadi NBC, Moamo who say ne yabon komo pa ne yabon komo, and I think she's made some very wonderful submissions. Seriously, serious ones. I said